game one here, and we're going to the Fortress of Lions.
Yeah, and we see an immediate pick from Acno here onto the Rayman. So keeping some Axe energy, but not quite willing to play into the Teros mirror. So I definitely think gauntlets are in a great spot, especially versus a lot of these walling weapons, as I like to call them.
Okay. But right now, Delta off to a pretty decent start here. However, nobody taking really a strong lead, but there's going to be a lot of damage on the board, that is for sure. Oof. And woo, wow, Delta's actually going pretty hard here on this first stock.
On this hammer, finds the scoop there as Acno tries to meet Delta in the air. The down air is going to be a great way to flip a lot of those juggle spots, and continuing into that game, especially on the gauntlets and the unarmed, wanting to juggle, but it can be very scary versus Teros or Roman Reigns in this case. Nice GC downlight into the nair, gets a double nair, so much damage on the hammer, and Delta really playing into the hammer. We haven't really seen this from Teros players so far. We've been seeing a lot of Axe, but a lot of damage coming out from Delta's hammer, and I feel like Acno is kind of struggling to get anything going. It feels it's like the Delta show completely.
Yeah, no, it's been very strong, and you know what? Sometimes it's just the fact that you're just really good at one particular weapon. That's all you need. Like, yeah, X is probably the better weapon right now, but that hammer definitely coming through clutch. And man, Delta, huge reversal right there. That was nutty.
That's another stock loss on Acno's side because Acno's trying to chase too high into Delta, and Delta, I mean, understanding the win condition of Acno is to juggle Teros, and really calling it out there. The landing side air from Acno is going to find a connection in the corner, but Delta with a clean stock lead here versus Teros, definitely really, really tough because any hit is a lot of extra credit.
Okay. And they're definitely taking their time dancing around here a little bit. a lot of misses right here, but they're looking to get active. They're just barely missing out on some of these hitboxes. But that was a huge start from Delta.
The double weapon!
Wow, that was so sick! Oh, I wish he hit that sig. That would have been dope.
If he hit the sig, I think it would have been the end of the game.
Probably.
Man, Delta is running away with it right now. Double D-Light, Nair into recovery, just so much damage on the side of Delta as Acno tries to cover a low recovery with the down sig. Didn't find it, and yeah, Delta closing out the game there with that side air. I cannot believe that just happened. I mean, yeah, Delta just completely steamrolled Acno.
That was really nutty.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't expecting that. We were just sitting here, we're just talking about, oh yeah, Acno's got deep pockets. He's the higher ranked player. He's so good. He's so strong. But then you look at this gameplay and you're looking at those stats. And
50 damage per engagement. Jeez, man. 498 damage on the hammer is ridiculous.
That's like literally what, 95% of your damage. It's 90%. Yeah. That's a lot of damage on the
50
hammer.
50 damage per engagement is I win neutral 3 times and your stock is gone.
Yeah, that's, I mean,
that's scary.
Delta definitely off to a hot start here, and this hammer is definitely the reason why. Just very crisp, very
so clean.
Look at this.
The movement's so smart there to cross up behind Acno to get a downlight, and I mean, all in all, if I'm Delta here, I'm just sticking with the hammer all the way through. We're going to see the weapon starve there, using the soft platform to get some extra time, but really sticking onto the hammer. And man, Acno cannot catch a break. I feel like every time Acno tries to get into Delta space, immediately getting hit for it, the dodge gets called out with the Nair, and so much damage.
This is actually like just really incredible what we're seeing right now. Because like I think all of us here, for at least here, we're like, okay, this should be an Acno game. But I mean, you do look at their set history, and it is very close. It's just one set in Acno's favor out of 7 sets right now. And Delta's definitely looking to even this up, and it's looking like it might just happen. I mean, I know we're only at the beginning of game 2, but it is not looking entirely good for Acno. However, things are looking a little bit better. Looks like he's starting to get that rhythm going.
So unfortunate the weapon toss doesn't connect with Delta, and Delta's able to get an end light there. And the side sig comes in.
Not bad.
Good morning. Yeah, those sigs will definitely wake you up. Very, very tricky sigs, and they're perfect because that's exactly what Teros needs, is a slight burst option that KOs, and that side sig's going to be a great one, especially on the hammer. Imagine a side light that just KOs. That's exactly what that sig will do. But Acno, nonetheless, finding the recovery to close out that stock. But an exact same situation as the last game. Delta 2 stocks to 1. Very, very big lead.
Okay, here we go. Acno trying to get something going here.
Okay,
nothing
nice.
super crazy, but again, some onesies, twosies. But again, onesies, twosies isn't enough when you're dealing with someone who's getting 50 damage per engagement.
Yeah, that's a ridiculous stat line, and I feel like Delta is continuing that amount of damage in this game. Acno struggling to get anything going on the gauntlets, chasing really far off stage with the Nair, trying to make a big read happen. I like the dodge to avoid the hammer recovery, but Delta just was too fast with it to get back on stage. Oh, catching the high jump with the side air here. We'll see if Delta goes off stage. Just easily finds the recovery there, and another dominating 2-stock on Delta's side. 504 damage, and I feel like a lot of that was on the hammer again.
Yeah, I just want to see the stats really when those get brought up eventually. But wow,
411, 63 damage per engagement. I'm gonna be sick.
So like, so he did more damage with Axe this time.
Yeah,
like 20
more damage.
But yeah, this all right, cool. We're seeing a switch. We're seeing the Ragnar. I don't know if this is going to be enough at this point.
For me,
the guitars will definitely be something.
Yeah, for me, when I think of Acno, I think of Ragnar. So it's exciting for me to see, but we'll see if it's enough. I mean...
Yeah, I guess Old Faithful, you know?
Yeah, you just have to pull something out, something that you're confident on, secure on, because... I mean, even right now, Delta on the Axe, hearing what we were talking about, the Axe not finding much activation and finding a KO here. Do we find it? Oh, what a good chase there. But even with the sweat beads, Acno's able to swing back with the down air and gets the chase dodge back to the stage, but still taking a lot of damage in that exchange. But these down airs are so big to get back into this damage game. But that side stick calls out another landing, and yeah, it's exactly what you need on Taros. Instead of a side light there to catch that landing in the corner, side stick does the job exactly well. It's a plug and play, and you find a stock.
Okay, so part of my issue so far in this match is, yeah, we do see Katars in hand here, but I've seen him opt to go for Axe anyway, and it's just kind of like, well, so what's the point of going Ragnar here? But see, look, we're getting the Katars here, and I feel like this is the most damage we've seen him actually put down. I mean, I know he's taking some stocks in the past games, but, and there we go, opting for the Axe again. The Axe will not quite get that stock. Was pretty close, though.
Oh, nice drift away immediately from Delta to avoid the breakdance there. And now having a pretty solid spot underneath that soft platform. As I say that, though, the turnaround down sig is able to cover the cross-up. So, hey, the Ragnar pick actually paying dividends. You love to see that for Acno.
Now we'll see if it kind of keeps it together, though. But now we got Delta with that hammer once again. And my goodness, this hammer play has just been stellar.
Nice weapon toss into the nair to get some more damage. Down like side air. Continuing to control this damage lead as Acno tries to break through on the Katars. And put your helmet on. We got a bit of a half pipe as Delta is forced to recover low. And I mean, as Acno, you really want to hold to that center stage. But as I say that, Delta aggressively taking center and getting that downlight into side air. It just becomes so punishing to exist around Delta on hammer. Oh, nice dodge. That was great bait.
And yep, gets that Axe, gonna clean that one up. And I mean, it is a better game for Acno, right? And those Katars are definitely coming into play here. But, oh God, okay, I thought that was gonna be a lot more dangerous than it really was. But I mean, it's still not a great position to be in here. And again, opting for this Axe. And dude, I don't know, just try to get some Katar gameplay going. I mean, I know these Axes are gonna close out these stocks for you, but bring out the speed, brother. Let me see it.
Trying to go for that edge guard with the weapon toss onto the wall with a GC downlight, not quite finding the connection as Delta gets another chance to rack on some extra credit damage, especially on this hammer. I definitely wouldn't want to see that for Acno, but that side air comes in, and Acno, let's see what weapon he decides to hold on to. We're holding on to the Katars, which I definitely do like. I know you do too as well, Skiff.
Well, Katars are all right. I just don't want to fight them ever. That's just what it comes down to. But yeah, we got a ball game now, though. That's pretty cool. And look, it's because you're getting these Katars in here. You actually have a lead into the last stocks of this game. That's huge. And
immediately fighting off using that side light to get some space in center stage. Oh, but Delta getting a big downlight into side air. The weapon toss as well. Is right as Acno forced to recover into that down air. Nice dodge from Delta to avoid the tricky Katar off stage. But now we got Axe versus the hammer. Acno. Oh, nice catch with the sig. Covering Delta going back to center stage on that dodge. And Acno taking game on the Ragnar off the back of a very productive last stock on the Katars.
Yeah, it was definitely looking shaky for a bit. I definitely was not sure why the Ragnar even came out, but that last stock definitely coming around. You see a lot of that damage coming through with the Katars here, and still utilizing that Axes as well to close out these stocks. But yeah, the beginning of this game did not look very good, and I was very confused. But it seems like Acno remembered Katars are good. They get in on weapons like that Taros uses, so we'll see if he continues to make this work. Well, we're going over to Apocalypse, though. Game 4, and keeping this Ragnar in play. Look at that. Okay, some damage. I like it.
Yeah, and then using the weapon toss to force Delta to continue to be stuck in this juggle, picking up the Axe as well. Very, very good stuff from Acno so far, as Delta is one Axe end light away from losing their stock, but fighting back immediately with any opportunity, trying to get this damage back into order. Oof. Down hitbox hitting, not enough force, but that end light is enough force to close out that stock. And Acno, off the back of a Qatar opening, picks up an axe and basically doesn't allow Delta to get any sort of damage on anything. Finally, Delta on a hammer, though. We'll see if this works.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, there we go.
No, this is real bad. Okay.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine.
Guitars. Yeah, hit buttons back. I like it, honestly.
Yeah, and the thing is, too, is like as that last game was, you know, furthering and, you know, just going longer, and now into this, we're seeing like just how much more comfortable he is on the Qatars here, how much more damage he's racking up. It just seems like it's a completely different player all of a sudden.
Delta trying to scoop the recovery on the wall, didn't find the down air to hit, but Acno on the axe, looking to extend this extra credit. Delta finding the down light into the side air, the classic, and yeah, we're back to even stocks, and I mean, damage is great, but it sometimes doesn't mean much versus Terros, who's able to really bring back and build so much damage so quickly. Acno, GC sidelight trying to find a recovery option there. Delta didn't get hit by it, but yeah, Acno in a really great spot to close out that stock. As I see that, though, whiffing a lot, and what do we do? Why? What's going on?
Okay, can we just get back on the stage here?
Let's get off the right side of the stage, both players. Let's go back and play on the stage, because that was tricky, and Acno somehow through all of those whiffing 3 ground pounds, still having center stage control, still juggling Delta and finding that ground pound to close out that stock. Very scary, though, it felt like.
Oh, man. I mean, I definitely get the play for it, though, especially if you're Delta in that scenario.
Yeah.
Right? Like, look, I've got a lot of damage on me. I lose the stock eventually anyway. I could probably try to sneak in a quick little lead here, definitely make things a lot better, but it is not looking too good for Delta right now. Does find a way to get back onto the stage. That recovery definitely creating a little bit of room for him, but now this hammer back in play. We're going to see if he can find a way to make a final stand.
Boom.
And okay, here we go, PJ. Can he make it happen? The hammer's been looking good all set. Last game was a little bit rough. The beginning of this game, definitely looking rough as well, but this hammer is magic.
Yeah, I definitely like Acno picking up the Qatars here, even on the mid damage, to try to get some nice hits on Delta and set up some advantage states, which is really what Acno's been using to find these KOs. Delta going really far off to try to get a big reversal there. The downlight into the side light to get some big damage, and slowly building some damage, but Acno switching over to the axe as a way to KO. Nice dodge from Delta to avoid the SIG connection. Nice little pickup there, and they both dodged down. I think Delta was trying to hit a button, but maybe hit it a little bit too early. The downlight side air well timed, though, and both unarmed, and somehow Delta having the weapon lead. Wow, didn't swing there. Such discipline from Delta, who gets a downlight into the side air. Acno having to recover high, does find their way back, picks up the Qatars.
I feel like this is the one time you don't want Qatars.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you're right.
I kind of want the axe here, but
it's over!
Followed up immediately with that, too. That was very well played by Delta. And, you know, I really got to hand it to Acno. That game was pretty much just Acno the whole way, but then we got that hammer into hand. And, I mean, we just know what Delta does with that, man. And as we can see right there, you can look at the screen, or right here, look at right there. You can look at that and see all the things that he was doing here. But this